say what you told us yesterday.
What happened?
Because she was really upset. She cried for a long time when she got home. I feel like
She cried when I picked her up from
I just feel
after
like
school
she
detention.
doesn't feel comfortable
What happened?
to ask for help in this class.
What? But why is there pressure?
It's because like there's a lot of stuff on my back that I'm like trying to get my grades up, and then it's like
And we're gonna find a way for you to get your grades up.
But it seems
It's-
like
it's-
she gets frustrated with her because she doesn't understand it. Like he gave, I left the things at home, but I did see the test and everything. But this is the thing here. I haven't received any tests until I've asked for them. Lanaya has picked up her grades and everything else. I get all of those grades. I've got nothing back for math for a while until I ask for them. There's no plan that's really been put in action.
And you had said that there was an issue that
But
you
he
had.
knows that I don't have access to that. This is what I'm saying. I've been communicating these things. I have all of the emails here.
But if you have email, you have access to Skyward.
But I don't have the login information. I've been saying
And
that this has
Mr.
been
Lemley
said.
got that for you
This
with
has been
Mr.
said for a long
Mr.
time.
Lemley got that with you with Mr. Georgialis.
I don't have it.
Okay,
I
we'll
don't
get
have
that
the
for you today.
information.
You'll have it
But
today
this is the
before you
thing.
leave.
Regardless of if I can get it there, I'm talking directly to the teacher.
Okay.
So me having access is irrelevant
So
because
in
I'm
any
still
email-
no. Please don't cut me off because you're cutting me off from what
Okay,
I'm
go
trying
ahead,
to
finish.
express because you're not listening to me, okay? So regardless of me having that access to that website or not, if I'm talking to the teacher directly, I should still be able to get that information if I'm asking for it. Every other teacher gets tests home. If that's something that he does not do in his class, it should be addressed.
Okay.
So that's what I'm saying.
So
I
let's
don't
ask
receive
right
any
now.
of it.
Do you send tests home?
I don't, because
Do they
in
get
case
signed?
I need to say, here are our tests at the end of the quarter, here's the grades, if you have a question.
Okay,
here's
So
what
you
it
if
keep
is.
a
she
folder
had
of
an F,
tests.
so she's
Oh, I'm
had
sorry,
an
hold
F.
on 1 second, could you let him finish? If you have a test folder,
I have every test so far from this quarter, and at the end of the quarter, I send all the
because if
grades
you go
home.
to the parent teacher or to
No, I wasn't able to
Okay.
do to work. But as I
So-
said, I've been reaching out since November, since I got the first report card, okay? Her first grade in this class was an F. I've reached out and I've asked him to please keep me updated. I told him I don't have access, so that drops all that right there.
Okay, so
He's
we can
aware.
get your paperwork, that's not a problem. That's not a problem. Let me ask you this, how did you get the report card?
She brought it home.
Okay, it was a
She
paper,
brought it
not
home,
online.
because you have to sign it. So I got a
Yes.
paper copy of it,
Okay.
and that's how I was able to see that.
But you're not
information.
signing any tests because you're not sending any home, so you don't
He
know
wasn't
that.
until I asked for it. This is the point
Okay,
that I'm
so
trying
when
to
did you
make.
start sending them home? When did they
Like
start
2
coming
weeks
home?
ago.
Okay, so when did you ask for them to come home?
I just asked for them,
Okay.
around after I got the report card.
So report
After I
cards
saw
came
that
out.
she had her deed for
Okay,
this time.
yeah,
And this is the thing, I've already asked him, what does he suggest for her to do?
right.
I feel like
And
he
that's what we're gonna
annoys
work
her.
on today.
Right, but I feel like she annoys him in class and it irritates him. And I feel like that, she shouldn't be acting up in class, she shouldn't be joking and all that, there's a time and a place.
Right,
But I
right.
feel also that a child should be able to feel comfortable to come to him. He says things in his email talking about, oh, what she's doing is a nuisance, it's a hindrance. Her math is hindered because she's counting on her fingers. And then he said to her yesterday that he said, oh, all you do is look on other people's homework. If she's looking, first of all, you're accusing her of cheating, and then you're saying she's looking at people's homework, and she got D's and F's. So what does that say about the teaching
looking
if
at
you're
the
gonna
wrong
say
people.
that she's looking at people's work?
Alright, let me ask you this, if he's the one who has the issue with her personality, or like you're saying, 1, 2, 3, 4, Mr. Alderson has given her 4 check marks. Mrs. Taylor's given her a check mark, Ms. Hope has given her an after-school suspension.
Right, but see, this is my thing.
I don't wanna
These-
say that the behaviors aren't there, cause they are. And
Well,
she did a really
first
good
of all,
job.
wait, we're gonna pause on that there, because if you were listening to what I said, I already addressed that I know that my daughter talks. okay? Now for two.
So asking
For
them not to
two,
do anything
For
doesn't make
two,
sense.
please let me finish, because that's not what I said. You haven't read these emails that I had here for one.
Okay.
So you don't know everything that we talked about, okay? So continuing
Forward
what I'm
those to
saying.
me.
So continuing what I'm saying, she only got one after school detention from the class. This man has only written me one time to tell me about my daughter's behavior. Then when I start asking what's going on, look, I don't know what's going on if you're not telling me and if you're
And I
not
agree
keeping
with
me
that. You need to be
updated when
told.
I already told you that I don't have access to look at those things. If this
Okay.
girl is, why would you allow her to go on and continue to act up for 2 whole grading periods? This is what I don't understand.
Let me
If it's so much
interject.
of a problem, we can move her. I just want her to be moved from the class.
And
see
with
how
all that
works.
said-
'Cause she brought her grades up from every other class, even his science class. So there
Yeah,
has
they're
to
pretty
be some
good.
type of frustration or something.
There has to
in
be a
that
math
math class.
issue.
All right.
Absolutely.
What
It's a
I want to
math
say,
issue.
we all helped Lanaya with her homework. She has been asking this man to send an example for the procedures so that we can help her accordingly. He has not sent this child home with a
No
math book,
we get nothing.
no examples
And I
on
keep
what to
asking
follow
He
for
wrote
each
something
Raquel.
down on a piece of paper, but it's not like you get
Steps
sheets
of
to work
direction?
on.
Yes.
Yeah, there's no steps, and you guys teach.
So
you're
if her
teaching math
behavior
different
is such
now.
a problem, what does that have to do with him sending home examples
Why isn't-
on
why
how
isn't-
to do
why are we getting
what
more
he's
right?
asking her to do,
Okay.
so
Let's
she can
see
bring
what
her
we do, what our
her grades up?
parents do in this day and age is whenever they need help with, if they don't know how to do, and they don't know how, things have changed from when we were in school.
Right, and that's the thing. I don't know what to research
They
because
go
y'all
on
teach it
YouTube,
different.
they type in what whatever
We've
they're
done
doing,
that, but what you're
and they do a
missing,
mini lesson with
what
the
you're
kids.
missing, if he's not teaching
So why
her
didn't he provide
to
me a
do
lesson?
that
Since
in the
y'all
way
know
that we're
Since you-
teaching,
Okay, wait.
But
Since
we're
you're
problem
saying
solving right now.
that this is what we know, but look, this is the problem.
Well, this is the
We
first time
don't
you and I
wait.
have spoke.
But we don't, he knows this as a teacher, he's a teacher, right? You don't wait until 2 grading periods
See, it seems
to address.
personal.
he does, he
It
waits
seem
until there's a
personal, and
couple,
that's
so
how
he
I
can make
feel.
sure she
Because
fails.
how did she grade her grade in his science class and not his math class? She was doing worse than
Science
before.
is hands-on. Math requires individual.
Well, why
work.
did she bring the
Well,
rest of
why
her
is he
grades
not
up?
helping her with the individual
Why
work
did-
then?
how did she bring the rest of
The
her grades
individual
up
work
then?
is exactly individual work.
If he is
But
not,
he said
the
that
whole
she
group.
works better
They do.
individually.
Right. They begin the class as whole group, then they do small group, then she's expected to produce at that point in time because now they've practiced it twice. When it's time for her to do individual work is when we're finding that's when she's going to the restroom. We had a discussion on the phone the other day. Is there a medical issue for the restroom?
No,
And he
there's
says
not.
is there a medical
Well,
issue for anybody else to go to the
but
restroom,
look at
ma'am?
how, but how you
We're
guys
talking
address,
several times during math.
but that's not what she told me on the phone. He
I
didn't
understand.
tell
You
me
know
that
they're gonna
until
switch
he
it up
wrote
soon
the
as we
letter,
get
and
here.
this
Right.
is,
We're
and these are
talking
the
several
things,
times in
but
an
these
hour.
are the
That's
things
my
that I'm
question.
talking about.
I
If
highly
I've been
doubt that.
writing emails since October,
Math
and you're
class is
saying that
only
her,
an hour.
wait, and you're saying that these are the same behaviors, and you're just now bringing it up 2 days later. I don't understand that. That makes
Just now-
absolutely no
This is the
sense.
first time you've asked to address it with me. You called me yesterday, or you called me 2 days ago.
I know that, but
and I asked
he's
for a
her
meeting.
teacher, and he knows this. That's cool that you don't understand, but he knows.
Well, it's not.
And
cool if I
this
don't
is what,
understand.
but what I'm saying is, he knows, point blank, period. He shouldn't, this is not,
So,
what
so
the
you're
teacher
saying
should be
that you
doing.
two should have had a meeting?
no,
you should have
no, it
discussed-
doesn't have nothing to do, why do I need a meeting if I'm emailing him back and forth?
Well,
If
you're-
we have
but you're not happy with
communication.
the email information.
It's
So
not-
what
so
we,
we need to-
She's
what
not
we
listening.
want, what
She's
we
not
want
listening to
is
anything
her
I'm saying.
removed from his classroom for math.
We don't remove students from classrooms. They're homogeneously grouped. She's grouped with peers that she works with at the same level.
So how can we
So
get
why-
her
so
out of
what-
his
so
class
okay, so let
to
me-
do something with
Let me
another
ask you,
teacher that can help her?
What are the, what are the
Why?
other levels?
What are you getting ready
of
to
the
discuss?
children?
It's not about, it's
Oh,
about
because
ability.
it's not her ability, because she's been getting A's and B's before she came to his class. Every
In math?
year, she's done good in math, yes.
All right,
every
so
year.
let me ask you this. Are you or
In
are you
math.
not going to
They're not
remove
gonna
her
move her, that's
from
what she said.
No,
his
we're
classroom?
What we're gonna do is put things in place so she can get some additional math assistance.
so he can
So let me ask
continue
you this.
to not help her?
What is-
All right, let's go.
what is she- No. What is she looking at though? What does she have to do so that she can pass this math class?
We're gonna
Because
work on that.
I feel like with me talking to him, He hasn't given me any.
And look at his
paper,
posture.
And he knows
This man
that.
don't care
These
nothing
are-
about
if
this
you
child.
Look at these emails. I've been asking this stuff. This is crazy.
I think he's being attacked and feeling uncomfortable, and that would be his posture for that. I don't think it's a child issue. I think if it were,
You know
he'd
what?
gone after her the first day. and kept
He
going.
already went
He
after her
already did,
yesterday
let
because
her
he knew we were
slide,
coming
and
here.
he wants her to fail. He told her that. You're not gonna make it in this class.
That's what she was
Who
afraid to
tells
say.
that? She don't want to say that in front of him.
And it
That's why
has to
she
come
don't
back
really
in his
wanna
classroom.
Look at her now. This
She
is-
doesn't even. This ain't even how my
Context
daughter
of that
acts.
went, because that was-
Let him give it to you. He's the one that said it.
I am. Give me the context.
So we were breaking up yesterday was a review day because we have a quiz today on.
Which I didn't know
problem
about.
solving.
So now, have you written your agenda?
I was breaking the class into groups, put them in 3 groups, 5 people each. Settle and I with the group, and she's up dancing, moving around, singing, and this isn't the first time this has been going on today. I said, Lanaya, can I please teach math? And she said, yeah. And I said, I wish you would study your math as much as you danced in math class. And she said something to the tune of, I know I'm not good enough for this class, to which I said, it's not that you're not good enough to your class. I said, Lanaya, you don't help yourself. You're out of my room, you don't pay attention, you don't do your work. I said, you don't help yourself.
Well, what about in the morning? She said that she has morning work, and
Right.
the class only gets 5 minutes to complete it. How does that go in the morning?
It's a warm-up.
It's
So
a
it comes
warm-up.
in,
It
it's
only
2,
takes
3
5.
questions, it's all
Yeah.
review stuff that we've done previously in the year. It's so that
Review.
we don't
It's
forget
fine.
what we did on week 1.
It's a
And week
review as a
13.
group that everybody participates
Everybody's
Yeah.
in,
5
or
minutes,
is it
5
just a
minutes, not a
warm-up?
minute more, not a minute less, 5
Okay,
minutes.
but when you
It's-
gave me that update, you made it like you didn't explain anything about it. What you said was,
That's why I
she
stuck on the
didn't,
phone.
but she didn't finish it. She didn't fit. Look, I can only do what I have time for. I work all the way in the waterfront, and if my best way to communicate with you is through email, like I've been doing, we got to try to work it out and do that. And you wrote that out. You could have typed it. You could have did something else to your leisure to make it more efficient for yourself. But when you wrote me that letter, all you said was she had 4 assignments or so that she didn't complete in the morning. Now, you didn't tell me that she was timed on it. You didn't say anything else about it. So that's like saying to me, she's just not doing her work. Like, she's not finishing it. You're not explaining that, well, we only have 5 minutes and she's not able to complete it in that time. Like, there's no explanation. So to me, like, when you give dry things like that, and then the little things you're saying to my daughter, and you've seen for 2 whole grades that she is not doing well, and you're waiting till there's 20 days or so for her to get her grade up for all of this to be
That's the problem we're
out
having.
and about. That's the problem that I have. I asked you, what can we do to help Lanaya? What do you suggest? You said multiplication because flashcards, because counting on her fingers was a hindrance. But you do more in that class than multiplication. You guys are multiplying and dividing fractions and all of those things. And for you guys to really sit up here and say that, oh, all the parents are doing YouTube, I don't care about that. Give me the information. You didn't send me any link. Like, you could have suggested, you're a math
we can
teacher.
do
You
that.
do all type of research.
That makes
But
good
why
sense
do
to
I
me.
have to wait 2 Ds later, ma'am? This is what I don't understand.
Well, and obviously there's
Why
a
did I wait 2
communication
Ds?
problem.
No, it's not a community.
When
I
you
can
write an email,
It's
up
not,
to
well, you're not
interpretation.
reading. It's up to you to read it. That's what you're saying. It's up to you to read it. I can read. He can read. He teaches
But
math, right?
interpretation is
No,
different.
and if asking for work, what should she do?
Like, where are the
What is the
practices?
plan?
Well, I
We've
don't want her
already
to do
discussed
more
that.
work. If
How
she
is
doesn't
that
already know how to do something,
misinterpreting?
then I don't want her punished doing more work of what she doesn't already
It's
know.
But who are you to
about-
say that when she's getting
It's
D's
not
in
about
the class?
punishing.
How do you even come up with that when she has 2 D's in this class? That
But
makes
you're already
absolutely
telling me
0
that you
sense.
can't help her.
No,
So to
I
me,
didn't say
say
that.
that.
See, now don't put words in anybody's mouth,
What
because
we
nobody
said
said that.
was,
What we
there
said
were
was,
no
wait a minute,
instructions.
we are trying to figure out how you want us to do it. You guys do math differently. Now, if I go out of my way to find this and that, and I'm teaching her this way, when she comes into class, she's going to be confused because I've done it before.
And
So
I've
I
done it
shouldn't have to
also.
go out of my way to super explain something that a math teacher does. He gets all types of
There's
papers
several
and
ways
work
to
for
solve
them to do it.
Well, this is the
Yes.
point.
However
So
she
why hasn't
solves
he?
it
So
is
how?
fine.
So how hasn't he helped to come up with a plan to do that, other than multiplication cards?
Well,
When
why
you're-
haven't
when
you
that's
come up
not
with a
all
plan?
you do in
For
math.
is for her to have a stronger foundation, so when you do fractions and when you do division.
We're
Oh my
asking him,
gosh.
why haven't you come up with the plan?
Where
Can
are
I
the
explain the
papers? Where's her
multiplication
math
facts
book?
first?
Why haven't I ever got a math book
Yeah, let us
with page?
So, what I said about multiplication facts, I'm not just shoving it to the side saying practice facts. Everything we've done for the last, I would say, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks ultimately boils down to basic multiplication facts. So what I'm saying is, right now, what we're doing is conceptually. It's a procedure, right? There's steps. You have to knock out these steps.
Well, where
But
are the
every-
steps? Why have you not sent
And
them
that's
home?
this is the
That's
whole
all we
point.
asked
And
you
this is
for.
what I don't
Facts
get.
are the main step.
Of
If you
course,
have
but
it.
If I
you're
could finish,
still
I can
not-
explain that. I apologize, but I keep getting cut. So, these are procedural, right? There's steps. Steps involve multiplication facts. What I'm saying is we can't get past, step 2 out of 5 because at the point, like, there is a flow to this, you understand, right? So you have to, step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. Step 2 takes us 10 minutes because, and no offense, but like, it's, okay, 3 times 4 is 12, you know what I mean? And then there's
Well,
no
because
flow.
she's not
so-
getting done on your time.
Wait, stop for a second. Why haven't you sent us that example
Exactly.
so that we can
You
show
sent us a
her
piece of
this
paper
is
with
how
her.
he wants it done? Why haven't you done
I
that?
can't
What
teach
is
her how
it
you
want
math.
for multiplication
on a
facts?
math-
Oh my God! Look, that my daughter
He
has
is
been
setting her
doing-
up for failure.
Exactly. She's been doing
And
multiplication.
she's helping
I
her.
know how to do multiplication. Like y'all are not listening to me.
If
I
she
feel like I'm
did
talking
not
to a wall.
know how to do
How the
multiplication,
hell did she get
she
to
would
fifth
not
grade?
be in this grade.
Thank you.
Are we clear on
She would
that?
have failed.
Are you
math
understanding
last year,
this?
And she did
Where
not.
was she last year? Is she here with us?
She went to Propel. She was at Propel
okay.
Homestead.
Yeah.
And
okay.
before that, she was in Florida.
And then what does that have to do with it? She
Well,
knows her
I wanna know
multiplication.
the background that she has. I do not know the math background for Propel. It's a charter school. I do not know the background for
But this is the
Florida.
thing,
But
so-
I do know what background my 4th grade students have.
Right, and my daughter
third
was
grade
doing some
students.
of these
That's
same
for sure.
things in
And the
the
bottom
other
line
class.
is, we
irrelevant.
only asked this man for a simple example on how you do the procedure, so we all are on the same page
And that's
to
for
help her.
homework only.
That's for her
For-
math homework.
Okay.
For any classes, the other teachers have
Every
Every
complied.
other teacher
And if you don't
has
wanna
helped
use
and
YouTube,
done what I've asked.
We
I
do
can
It's not
use
even about-
YouTube.
They don't
Let
get
me-
it.
can I speak?
They don't get it. She keeps
She don't care.
saying the
I mean,
same
is there
thing over and
YouTube
over.
written in the
You
handbook?
know the
No, no,
YouTube,
okay.
but you don't
No.
give it.
I
They don't
just
give
helped
a link.
her
Okay.
with her homework on Tuesday night from YouTube.
What
And
did
then I
you do
said-
on Tuesday night? Go ahead.
She did her it was word, it was expressions to solve. You had to write them out, you had to solve the expressions. Bottom line is this. Sure, I can Google it, Googled it, but if this is not the formula that he's using to
He already
arrive
said that.
at
They
the,
don't care. You just
But there
supposed to
are
do it.
several
You just
ways
supposed
to
to
do
find it.
Yeah, but
And then
Mr.
do
Misha
it.
doesn't teach those several ways that we do it.
But
only
he wants
teaches it one
you to
way.
find the way that works best for you. He'll show you.
well,
a
why
couple,
couldn't he say that?
Exactly.
But it's gonna work. What's gonna work best for her? He can tell her 3 different ways to do it, and he shows them different ways to do it.
Nobody
You
is
don't know
saying
that.
he
The way
doesn't.
that-
But see, this is the point. Is I'm not getting material. Is that not clear?
We can send
But
material.
is that not
They don't
clear?
care.
And
But
I
I
have
don't
to
want
wait
I'm done
until
with it. Let's
2
go.
days later
These
to
people are
get
not listening.
materials for my child. Do you understand how ridiculous that sounds?
We can get.
And I
that
feel
for you.
like you're not addressing any of that because all you want to talk about is how I could use my own resources to find it. That's like
If that's
pretty
the
much
case,
what
we
you're
don't even
telling
have
me.
to be
No,
here.
no, that is what you're telling me because I've been emailing this man since October.
Talking about going to the bathroom and all kind of fool things.
I'm sure you did.
But this is, and I have. I've sent letters through his mailbox. I've done all of that. That's the point. He's not doing his job as a teacher to provide what someone is asking for. You
Can I
both said
ask-
the YouTube, but there was no YouTube link sent. There was nothing
How
saying
long
we're covering
have you
this.
been teaching
we're
math?
covering that.
How long have I been teaching math? 5 months.
I also have a question. Is she understanding the work as you go along in class? Is she being called on for questions and answering the questions? Is
He said she
solving
answers.
the questions in class?
When I participate, when she understands, she participates, and I call on her, and she has the music money, right? She's got the reward token and everything, so it's not a matter of that.
What's not, okay, I'm sorry, go ahead, finish.
The issue lies, and I believe it's like we call it escape stuff, it's I have a behavioral background as well. The issue lies with, I think when she doesn't understand, or she feels intimidated, or something, it's like a flea type, like
So I
fight or
think
flight
that's
type.
the human nature of anything.
Yeah, like so.
So I get why.
And I have like, she'll go to the bathroom, and it's like, people are new to use restroom, I understand, but it's constant, and if it's not that, then she's fiddling with something, or if she's talking, or she's
how long is the
weaving.
math class?
Hour and 14 minutes, and then so for 2 weeks we have a flex period, 8th period, so that would be probably 30 minutes by the time we're done. We give them a snack at the beginning of that period, let them talk amongst themselves. That's kind of like a free time, 15 minutes or so, just to take the edge off, because lunch is early at 10:30. So we'll have 20, 25, and then again an hour and 14 afterwards.
So, I mean, I'm sure they're drinking beverages.
She has
for a
her
snack.
cup that
So
she keeps filled with water.
She
and
takes
juice.
something to drink, so I'm sure.
I'm talking 4 or 5 times a day in my class period. Whether it's between bathrooms, going to get your jacket, going to get a tissue,
Well, I
going
mean,
in
like,
there.
it's cold in your room, and I bring a water bottle every day, so I mean, like, how are you not going to expect me to use the restroom if
But
I
4
have a
to
water
5
bottle
times.
and
I
But 4 to
doubt
5
that. That's
times,
what he
Lanaya,
said.
is a little much for an hour and 40 minutes. So
She
Well,
does
we
have
think it's
allergies. Does she need tissues?
medical.
And why are you even letting her go 4 and 5
Well, you
times a
said
day?
she needs to get up to get tissues. I mean, or does she
She
need to
has
have her own
allergies.
tissues at her desk? Because, like I did say, she has allergies.
So
I mean, her nose is gonna run. If it's
we'll get her
cold in your
tissue box to
class,
your desk, yeah.
her nose is gonna run.
you see, this is my
Lanaya,
thing.
take your coat, bud, if it's cold in there.
You guys are mentioning things so late. It is ridiculous, and this is why I'm super irritated.
Because it's the third quarter.
Because this
We're
should
in,
not
what, 2
still
weeks now,
be
the third quarter?
continuing after 2 Ds. Like, there's nothing that any of y'all could say to justify letting that behavior
Other
go
than
on. And
you want her to
only
fail.
told me about it one time, and what did I say? I said, let me know, keep me updated if she's still acting up. But you just let it go because it became a nuisance to you, and it became something that you didn't want to deal with anymore. Because when you don't say anything anymore, I think it's not happening.
Is that true?
Does that make sense? Like, if I'm asking you to keep up with me, it might be annoying, but you're telling me that it's disrupting the whole class. So let's work together and let it stop disrupting the entire class. Now she's
If that's what's
suffering
happening.
behind this. She's suffering behind this. You weren't telling me that she was going 4 and 5 times during one
Why are you even
bathroom
allowing
period
that?
until now, until you just wrote that letter.
So why are you
and
allowing
this
that?
is my thing. So it's like you're still helping her to do it because you don't want to communicate
because
with me
we're
through
saying if
email.
there's so many behavioral issues in this one class alone, like she's only gotten 1 detention from you, like if it's that bad.
And you're not
You
telling me it's
understand,
that
like,
bad. You only said something one time.
But I'm worried about her math more than I'm worried about being tightened up.
That's why
He's
we're
giving
here.
her the
We're all
freedom.
worried about her math.
So let's
She's
do-
failing.
We can do a pre-teach in the morning. Instead of her doing her warm-up with you, she can do a pre-teach in the morning with a different teacher. So she's getting a lesson before she goes into the classroom. She walks into the classroom already having an idea of what's going on. He does his group teach. Then we do small group. Then we do individual. I have to do individual. It's the only way you can tell if the kid
course
really
it's
knows
gonna
what
have
to
to
do.
do
Of course, nobody's
She does
arguing
individual
with
when we're
that.
at home.
She does her
Where
own
is
homework
the
when we
I
get
want
back.
from
Like,
him, this is what we want since we can't get her out of his math class. We want an example of what it is she's to do. I have to help her we all help her with her homework. My husband does too. He can't be here today because he had a doctor's appointment. We want to see how you want it done so we can help her the way you want it done.
Okay.
All
Well,
we
tell
do is
us what
create
the
a couple
math
of
sheets are,
examples.
because I
Put
was
them up
able
on
to
the board,
find some of
photograph
them,
them,
but
and
I
send
couldn't
them.
find them anymore.
Okay, so I sent this yesterday with the homework. It was stapled to the front of it. Is this something that works for you? If it is, good, I'll
this
continue to do
this
that.
Is that an
exactly-
example?
Yeah, this is all I want.
Did
We've
you
been-
That
get
was
the
stapled
homework?
to the front of the homework yesterday, or 2 days
Okay.
ago. The
Did
homework
you
was
get
still
the
not
homework?
completed, but it was,
Mhm.
that was on the front of it.
Okay.
Is that something that works for you? If I keep
Yeah,
doing
yeah.
that,
2
that's
days
good.
ago, no, it wasn't.
Lanaya, did you hand the homework in, babe?
No,
Did you
it
hand the
wasn't.
homework in?
The
Where did you
the
do
two
it?
problems that we didn't get, is that what you're talking about? That's what I'm saying, because this, he said, was stapled. This was not.
Was that on your homework page?
Do you have it?
Remember you came,
Do you have the
right at the end of the
homework
day, I signed your agenda and everything?
He has it.
Well, do you have your agenda?
Mr. Major, we're gonna send that information via email to mom.
Yeah.
To make sure it
I
gets
have
home.
my agenda.
Does grandma and aunt have
February
access
12th.
to mom's email? Should
No, we do
What
not.
else isn't getting completed? Is it her
I'm worried
homework
that
that's
it's not
not
gonna
getting
get home.
completed? Is it classroom work that's not getting completed? Is it
Yeah,
tests?
it's
That's
for-
not getting
The tests are getting
completed?
turned in and completed, and here's the thing, the warm-up, it doesn't get completed, it's not for a grade, so it's,
So
like I
what-
said, it's a warm-up,
Okay.
it's so that we can review and practice.
A warm up and review, okay.
And we'll keep
That
it.
generally doesn't get done.
Yeah,
It's
just to
a
keep
story.
it, cause there'll probably be similar homework like that or
Um,
whatever.
Tests always get done.
Test gets done.
Homework
Okay.
is like a
How-
50-50, I have it logged in my
I want that
classroom, I
in
can
the
show
book
you.
One.
But, yeah, so that's the.
So homework and tests are 50-50, well,
No, tests
probably like
always
40%.
get completed. Tests always get completed for me. Like they always get turned in and completed. The exams, right?
So the
quizzes,
only thing that's not being completed right now is the homework.
Classroom work.
classroom work.
Classroom work.
And-
Because she doesn't know what to do.
Homework,
The
like
homework, right.
it's spotty.
So here's what we're
It's-
gonna do.
it's-
You
It's
need
not
an
always.
email
It's not
and
100.
you need an
percent
email, cause he's gonna email those pages to you, because if that he said that email went home. I get that you seem to think he's in a bad place, but he's an honest person. He sent that home with her.
Nobody
I'm gonna
said,
go back
wait,
to-
wait.
No,
stop,
don't do
please.
that.
Yeah,
Don't
do
tell
that. I
us
don't like
what
the way
he
that you're
sent
talking.
home. Because you're
Nobody
letting me
said that
know
he didn't
that
do
you're
it.
saying like you know what he did when you were standing there when he put this information because he said
And
so.
she don't even
I'm
know the
telling you,
conversation.
it was not there.
Okay.
I helped her with this
He may
homework.
not have gotten home.
But why would you
Well,
even?
if it, but
So
you
if
need to
we
reword
email
your
it,
why would you
question
even
then.
say that?
If we email it, each of you will have it.
Well,
If
just
you
say
email
that
it.
Email it then.
But
Don't
you
make it
told me
like
you
she's
don't
not
have
bringing it
access
home.
to her email. So we need your email and we need her email as well.
She's gonna give it to you.
Okay, how much of her percentage is the homework worth?
Homework is 5 points at the end of the semester if you did at 50% of the assignments. So
So
virtually
it's
nothing.
minimal. I would rather her see it.
So homework is not the issue. I mean, it's
As
part
far
of
as the
the
grade.
issue, but
Well,
grade
the thing with
wise.
the homework is grade wise, no, it's not the issue. But the fact that we're having trouble on the tests, homework is practice.
That's what I'm trying to
Exactly.
figure out.
Yeah.
Because
we
if
have a piece
she's
of paper
not
for our-
retaining
so we can write
information
our
to come back
emails
and do the
down for
homework
you.
with, she's not gonna do well on the
But I
test.
will say I don't give a lot of homework. Like we work hard in
Right,
math
and
class,
that's-
and
that's,
it's,
it.
I know, but
and-
this is the thing, if she's not doing well, she needs the
Mom wants
extra work.
practice.
Yeah,
She's
there's
going to
nothing-
need
and
that. It
practice is
takes
not
2
punishment.
days
Right.
She
to
needs
figure
help.
this out.
She needs help.
What do the workbooks look like from the series that have an example of just
The
a few
McGraw Hill?
problems? Yeah.
It's
used to be like.
Can we pull from there? And
yeah,
just
I
send
can
that
find
sheet?
some stuff. It's
I
just it's
wanted
not
to
very
have
it's
that
not
whole
as in
thing.
depth as what we
Used to be
teach.
like-
That's the thing.
Well,
So
that's all right.
X
It's
amount
still
of points.
Yeah, I can
Every
get her some
year,
practice
like
stuff in there.
30%.
Okay, but only if we think that she needs
That's what
it.
we need to figure out. Right.
Well, she needs it, she got 2 days. I mean, like, I don't,
We
I
want
don't
her. We don't want her
understand
to fail and repeat.
how you keep
That's
talking
right.
like this, like, it's
We
obvious.
need to know that. We
This
need to be
is
assured
obvious.
of that because
We need
back
to
when
put
we
stuff in
went to
place
school,
here.
an F and a D, that wasn't good.
Yeah.
And you would have had to at
And
least
we
have
shouldn't
2
have waited
A's.
this long,
to
that's what I'm
pass.
saying.
That's
So what
the
does she
issue.
even need right now to do this?
That's what we put in place. We put in place a resource.
No,
for her.
no. What does her grade need to be for this quarter and
To
the
pass.
fourth quarter to pass this math
For
class?
third and fourth.
Yes.
She can pull 2 C's and not worry. She won't fail. She had a D and an F. She has to fail 2 classes, which would be like reading and math, 2 semesters. She's not gonna fail.
Well, here's the
But I
point.
don't want her to stay behind.
We're not
That's why
concerned
we're
about the
here.
other classes. We're just concerned about the math class.
Right.
Because as my daughter stated, she has
Nothing
brought
found
all
out.
her grades up except for this one.
And
And like I said before, all of the teachers have
Look, can you
complied.
stop with your rebuttals? Cause I do customer service. I know all that. Please stop talking to me and my family like that. It's very disrespectful. We're not children. You're not gonna put your little goody mind stuff on us. Let's get this plan together and let's bring her grades up.
Don't
That's
laugh.
all,
Don't
That's all
don't.
I care
It
about.
is.
Don't
And
do that.
because it is funny. I'm sure it is. Because you got a teacher that let us out sitting here and get an F the first semester, the first quarter, and then get a D the next one, and didn't
And you're
have
laughing.
any
It's funny to
common
you.
sense to do anything additional to help the student.
Again, the first
So you're
time
not
that
going to
we're
sit
meeting.
up here and disrespect me and laugh in my
I'm not
face
being
when your
disrespectful.
He
teacher
just got finished
isn't
laughing.
doing what he needs to do.
Then we're
You're a
gonna
very
put- we're
disrespectful
gonna put a plan
principal.
in place.
You're very
We're gonna put a
disrespectful.
plan in place.
You're very
We want
disrespectful.
her to make
You're
you
very
the one who does
disrespectful.
well.
I'm not a child.
We want her
I'm
to do
33
well.
years old.
And-
So if
and I
I'm
think
comical
it's
to
great
you,
that
I
you're-
think
And
that's
hold your
great.
laughter
And
until
you
after
still
we
talking
leave,
to me
okay?
like a little kid.
I'm
You weren't
not.
listening to
And then she
nothing
goes
that
again.
anybody was saying, talking about, if she
Extra
needs
work
it.
is punishment.
Extra work
and-
is punishment.
Well, I don't
What
give her
kind of craziness
punishment.
are you talking
Why-
about when she got an F and a
Why do
D?
you keep
If
bringing
she
up the
can't
word
do it,
punishment
if she
though?
can't do it, and I send extra work home.
What
for
you
her,
mean if she can't do it?
Who got the extra work? When
Sit
was there
down.
It
extra
was
work
never
sent?
sent to you.
So who are you to say
Because we
anything like
don't-
that?
Because if she
Who
can't
are
do
you
her
to say
homework,
anything like
Raquel,
that? This
let's
is
go.
the teacher.
Come on, let's
He's
go.
the teacher, not you,
he'll be
Miss
sending the
Principal.
information.
Rocky.
With your slick over words,
He'll be
because you're
sending-
not
Oh my
doing nothing.
gosh.
You're not helping the situation.
Let's
Mr.
go.
I just want
Lisa,
this situation
I apologize
resolved.
for that, but I don't want to be disrespectful. I'm not trying to come at you in a hurtful and
Right.
disrespectful way, because I appreciate the work that you do being a teacher. I know it must be hard trying to get kids to listen, and I
Right.
know my child, she dances. I know that. I told you
She
that
does it at
when we
home.
first spoke. All I want from you is just to help me help her. Give me any extra work you can find.
Send
any
some more
YouTube
examples.
links you can find, and I will be happy with that. And we will
That's
never
it.
have to do that again. I apologize if I made you feel
Put
any
your
type
email
of
on
way,
that paper.
and
Yeah.
I just want, her to feel comfortable in your class.
I agree.
Okay?
Mhm.
That's all. If
That's
we
all.
even have to tell her to stop drinking while she's in your class because it's a long class, or break up the drink, whatever. Just tell me what I need
Naya,
to do
get a
to
piece of
help
paper
her,
from
and
her.
that will help me help you.
Can I ask maybe just to start, so
Sure.
Yeah, babe.
what would benefit me, I think, and Lanaya and all of us together sitting here, just a little more focus in the classroom. A little more
Right.
focus on
I
math,
got
a little
you.
less, so I don't,
And just
and
let
like
me
I said,
know
I don't
when
know,
it
if there's
breaks.
something that, obviously her and I line of communication is not great.
Right.
If there's something that I can, if you do a good job today, you earn this. If you earn
Yeah.
5 of these, you get this. Like if there's something you all know about that I don't, we
The
can set up
only
a
thing
procedure,
is,
we can set up a
she
thing.
does get frustrated when she doesn't understand something
Correct.
the first time because she's smart. So whenever she doesn't get something the first time, she does get frustrated. But this is the thing,
So
I
we
didn't
had
know she
14,
was
15,
breaking down
14.
like that in class.
Today's
Because you
the
told
14th.
me the first week, and then you wrote me an email,
Mhm.
and you said that Lanaya had a great day today.
Yeah.
And then we had an after-school detention, and that was the end of that. I didn't know that it was still continuing,
Okay.
and this is the thing. It's okay to tell me.
So would you
because-
like me to start cracking down more like school procedure? Do you want me to
Yes.
start just bringing her up
Please,
on
yeah.
detentions,
If
or do you want me to
that's-
call
No,
you?
you don't have to do all that. All
what
we
I'm
want
saying-
is the examples.
Wait. What I would like to say is there a group of friends that sit together? Is that a question
Does she
in
need
the
her
class?
seat moved? Is she-
Yes.
She has already had her seat moved. She has to sit in the back, otherwise it's kind of like
Hold
it's
it.
She's
reaching
front and
here.
center. Okay.
Mhm, got it.
Well, she needs to be front and center so he can
But the
clearly
thing about
keep
putting
an
her
eye
front
on
and center
her.
is then there's 16 kids looking at her, and she has an audience.
Because she's dancing.
Dancing
Gotcha.
around and doing all that.
Here you go.
Okay.
So
Alright.
I mean, I want to make this work.
Yeah. That's
Right.
that's
You
why we're
saying that
asking these
That's
want her
why
to
we're
fail
questions.
asking
is-
these questions.
Well,
I
it
don't mean to
appeared
sound
that way.
disrespectful, but that's
The main
ridiculous.
problem.
I don't
You said
I don't want any kids to fail. Why would
Well,
I want
you
somebody-
can understand how we would arrive at that.
Right.
Conclusion.
Because it's an F and a D later. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear what you're saying.
And
So,
I've asked for books. I didn't get anything. If I would've got something by the first F, we wouldn't even be standing here right now.
So, like I said, no, the behavior isn't gonna bring her grade up being better.
Right,
But
of
what the
course.
thing is, it's an effect. Being behaved and focused in my class will allow her to have the knowledge to practice what is being taught in my class.
Right.
Having the knowledge being taught in my class, she can take it home and help you guys to help her, right? Then it's all
Right. And
community
that's,
effort.
That's what we've been
that's
asking you
already-
for.
But see, this is, it's already
Right,
been
can I please-
acknowledged.
Let the man talk.
Well, I don't.
Okay.
It's fine. Go ahead, get
Go
your words
on.
out.
We're very I'm someone that preaches independence, individuality, and I understand yes, this Lanaya is extremely individual. She is, and that's a beautiful thing, and it is what it is. But the thing is that being said, there's a time and a place for it.
Correct.
You have to work and you have to play, but those two things sometimes need to be separate.
Exactly.
Right.
They're not separate right now, and it's
All right.
affecting her grade because, and like I said, no, does dancing make you bad at math? No, that's not a correlation, but it's
But
a
it doesn't
causation.
have anything to do with
with
that.
Her
math.
up there
When it's
dancing
time to learn
does
math.
not allow her to learn the math that's
Right.
being taught.
Okay.
Her not being able to learn the math that's being taught, she can't practice it at home. She can't apply it to a test. Then
Okay.
her grades fall. through.
Okay.
And
Right.
So we
so
were
yes,
just,
we're looking. I
Yeah.
feel like we're right now harping on a result, but we're not looking at the front. You know what?
No,
You know what I
that's
mean?
not
Like,
true.
no.
Wait, let's pause right there. Because as I said, from the beginning of all this, you've told me, then you stop telling me,
Mhm.
okay? You're the teacher.
Mhm.
She's not gonna tell me, oh, I was at school cutting up all day.
Yeah.
You told me one time, and then we wanna keep blaming this whole thing on her behavior, but I can't stop a behavior I don't know that's happening.
yeah,
So
we didn't know that continued to happen.
That's what
after
I'm
that
saying.
last
After
time,
you told
is
me
what
that she
we're
had a
saying.
great day that day,
Because we
I
haven't
never heard
anything.
about it again
okay.
until
let-
you wrote this letter.
Let me
We don't want a behavior chart. He's getting to what we need to hear.
let me
Let him
let
continue.
me
The
ask.
dancing
We-
needs to stop, obviously.
Okay,
There
go
needs-
ahead.
So it's not. I don't want to just put it on dancing because I don't want it to be like, okay, we
Disrupting.
stop dancing, but
Anything
we
that's
start
disrupting.
running around in a circle. I need.
Wait. That was an example, or is that something that
That's an
has-
example. That's something
Okay.
that is constant. But
Okay.
what I'm saying is I don't want to like pinpoint. I don't want to say, okay, so if we stop dancing, this is all going to work itself out.
Right,
Like if we
right.
stop dancing, but instead we're turned around or sitting on the floor,
Yeah,
doing
stop
something.
doing anything
we
that's
need- we need to-
disruptive.
We need to focus
Mhm.
in
Yeah.
math class,
And learn.
right? Okay, so we can agree on that.
Yes.
Let me address behavior. You say you work and you're busy, and I believe and understand that. Do you want me to start giving check marks and going through like, okay, look, she's gonna have detention every, whenever it happens or whatever, or do you want me to call you and kind of let you handle it?
Well,
Like,
my
because
thing
if
is,
that's a
if
thing,
you can at least email me, I can address it when she comes home. You feel what I'm saying?
Is
Like,
there a time maybe on your lunch that you can spare?
yeah. I mean, well, if he
Maybe that
emails
could
me,
be
if
a
he
time
calls,
that
I mean,
maybe you're available, maybe.
but he's
I
not
don't
gonna
know.
want to
If
call
you-
every time it's something
That's
like
not,
that.
that's not what we're saying. We're just saying that can be a point of contact
Yeah.
at a time of day when he really needs to contact you.
Right.
If he
In the
needs to.
future, if he needs to,
Yeah.
you know?
what I'm
But
thinking,
he's
That's
not
all I'm
for
saying.
yeah.
what I'm thinking is instead of having to set something up where, somebody has to come get her at 4 o'clock or whatever,
Right.
actual attention, if it's easier for you and your family for me to say, hey, we had an issue today, it doesn't have to be a
Right.
big thing.
Mm-hmm.
We had an issue today, can you bring this up with her at home?
Exactly.
That's
didn't-
what we
didn't get
would
our work
prefer.
done,
That's
but-
all that I was asking.
Because we really can. We all work, so we really cannot
And that's
come
why I
and
was
pick her up from.
communicating to
after
you
school
by email, and that's
detention.
why I was asking. I said, if she's still doing it, let me know.
Yes, and
The last thing about her behavior before all of this was she had a good day. Like
And I also have, when I was in school, if there was an issue with a child, a parent would be allowed to sit in, not for the whole day, but, for a period
Yeah, I
of
could
time.
do
And the
pop-up,
child
you
would
know, and
know
sit
that the
there
parent was
To
there.
see,
and just do a
Mrs.
secret
Washington,
pop up.
do you have your clearances?
You got to get your TV shots and all that.
Clearances.
Okay.
That can be done.
Awesome now.
That's not a problem. If
Okay.
if it's need be.
Let me ask a question. Your lunch is what time and your lunch and prep at what time? Because when you're with kids, you can't have that conversation.
Of course.
In front of other
That's why we're
people.
trying to see
So it's gonna
they
be a
have-
timeline kind of thing.
That's why I'm trying to
The
see
email's
if there
gonna
is
have
a
to be the
time.
best way to go, because I
Yeah,
don't want
I
you.
mean, we can make that our primary line of communication, but
Well,
again,
we have already been emailing.
so
Like,
what I asked about the phone call, that wasn't a slant or anything, but me personally anyways, I feel things get lost in text messages, they get lost in emails, you don't hear emotion.